Hello, hello. It is the one and only 5D Transformations, and we're back with some very powerful information. And it really boils down to this, when it comes to alchemy, being able to have the life you want to have, primarily by being able to manifest the things that you want, and by being able to take the opposite situations that you don't want and transmute them in a way where they help assist the things that you do want. And then essentially what you have is everything in your life is actually coming together to move you forward. Instead of having a dualized experience where you have one side wanting to go this way, but you have all this force going against it and you're feeling stuck. So one of the biggest things you got to understand when it comes to alchemy is it boils down to this very, very powerful phrase that you've probably heard before that you might not have heard before. And it goes, and it comes down to this. It says, it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. It didn't happen to you, it happened for you. And when you really, really, really understand the alchemy that just took place when you said that one phrase, then you understand how this thing operates. So when situations happen that obviously you don't like, that aren't giving you the things that you want to see, let's say you want to manifest a home, but you find yourself continually stuck with not a lot of finances to build on to get a home, but you really want a home. Well, the way you can look at that is two ways, right? You look at it a million ways, but they boil down to two frequencies, which is one frequency is, man, like I just can't ever, every time I get close, every time I think I can save money and get this house, something always happens. You know what I mean? You could take that approach where you get negative about it, right? Or what you can do is you can say, all right, I still don't have my home, which is putting me in a position where I can just stay focused a little bit longer and stack up a little bit longer, but the opportunity is going to open up. You know what I mean? It's more work I got to put in. I haven't earned it yet, but that's okay because I know that the work I'm putting in now is driving me to be a greater person. If I would have got the house right now, I wouldn't be the person I'm going to be, when I do get the house. Let's say you wanted to be very successful in a certain area. Let's say you're a painter and you wanted to be a famous painter by 20. Now you're 40. It never happened. You could say, man, why me? All these years I've dedicated to art and I never got my opportunity. Now you're going deeper and deeper into the lower frequency. Now the frequency is also, if you understand quantum connection, that low frequency idea is then going to connect five other ideas to help validate it. Now you went from one negative idea to now five negative ideas because now the world is over now. Now, oh yeah, not only am I not a famous artist, but I'm behind on my rent and I never ended up finding the girl of my dreams and I never ended up reaching my potential. And I wish I took this opportunity. And now you're just spiraling, right? Versus you say, man, I haven't made it in 20 years when it comes to art at the level I imagine. Number one, I got gratitude. Look how much I have done though. Look at how many things I have seen. And then now, look at this because I haven't gotten to the point I want to get to. That drives me to create more art. That drives me to have to think of something different. What's something new I can do? You know what I mean? The greatest artists got picked up later in their career. So maybe I'm in a position where my art is going to change the world, and I'm just ahead of my time. So now when I talk to people, I'm going to communicate that. Hey, look, man. Honestly, I think my art is a little bit ahead of its time. And it's okay because I do this for the love. You could transmute it and say, I do this for spiritual power. Everything I draw is me creating. This is my touch on life. These are things that I'm leaving behind. There's so many meanings you can use to power you up versus the meanings to bring you down. Because what you got to understand is the whole point and the whole game is really about powering yourself up. You want to get to a point where you build so much momentum, you're not really thinking anything negative about yourself. And I know that there are people who are narcissistic and do this, but see, I'm not talking to them. I'm talking about the person that transmuted being rational and balanced and transmuting their mind to being like, look, I'm a beast. I'm a powerhouse. Really loving themselves, loving what the gifts that God gave them, and delving deep in that. Because one thing that I've heard from a very, very powerful teacher is that once you get in touch and really meet that version of yourself and really honor yourself, right? Once you reach a certain level of self-respect, that's when you finally meet God. That's when those doors open up, you know. Until then, you'll always be trapped or in a jail of your own judgment, trapped in a jail of your own limitations, trapped in a jail of your own negative judgments. Instead, you can reverse that and transmute that cage into a vast, infinite land of success and love and appreciation for everything you do. And so, you know, I say that in my closing statements to just say, you know, uh, put yourself in a position where you are the king or queen of your environment because you are the king and queen within. People are only going to reflect and respond to what you give them. You know what I mean? And you got to really understand that. And that's what alchemy is about. It's about being able to take any situation and create and transmute the meaning so that it fuels you and drives your vision. And to the degree that you're able to tap into that and tap into that creativity, is to the degree that you're going to see your life. First of all, you're going to manifest much, much quicker. But then on a tangible level, you'll be able to carry around a more powerful energy, which will attract more to you. Okay. Uh, you have to look at it like this: as within, so without. You know, if you are operating from a low frequency, you can only attract that same kind of frequency. And then people, when they come around you, they're gonna have to lower their frequency to be in your frequency, right? Um, versus people having to raise their frequency up to be in your environment and to be in your vibration. And I know that can be annoying sometimes. As people, so, there's certain people who are too high energy. It's like it's a little bit too much, right? But hey, who cares? That your frequency is so high, it kills off, or it's up here. So the people of lower frequency don't even really want to hang around too much longer because they can't hang. You know what I mean? So that's what alchemy is about. So with that being said, make sure to utilize that. Make sure to like and subscribe. Okay. Check out the Patreon. We got the Pyramidian, okay, coaching program. I'm putting some new videos on that this week. Constant updates, very powerful info in there for people who want to level up in life spiritually first and mentally. Um, and then also we got the different courses for MBTI. We got the MBTI Magic course, very powerful course. Breaks down MBTI, all the 16 types, their greatest strengths, uh, weaknesses, superpowers that they have, um, all kinds of stuff. And then we also got the dating and relationship course. Make sure to check that out. Uh, and yeah, man, make sure to like, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. It's the one and only 5D transformation.